If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. For starters, it's completely free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Outcast, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Oh, and did I mention the distribution, everything like that is completely free? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. The MCU is a complex series, starring many actors, many plots, and many, many movies. But in this episode, we are going to be specifically looking at Marvel Phase 4. We're going to discuss all of the movies and all of the series that this is going to bring to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we also discuss the future, or the possible future, that this universe has to offer. Stick around. So, let's jump right in. Wanda Maximoff and Vision are two of the most powerful superheroes the MCU has, and this is a perfect expansion point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Elizabeth Olsen, who plays Wanda, is currently in London shooting the film Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Starring Benedict Cumberbatch and the rest of the cast, including Benedict Wong, Rachel McAdams, and Shoot Adafour. And joining them is a new fan-favorite character from the comics, America Chavez, played by Xochitl Gomez. This film will hit cinemas March in 2022. And the MCU says that they're really pushing the boundaries for storytelling with this thrilling, scary, mind-bending adventure. Not only will Doctor Strange supposedly connect the direct events to WandaVision, but it will also connect the events of the new Spider-Man film coming to theaters in December 2022, I assume. The next Disney Plus series, which launches this coming March, is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Obviously, they feature two recognizable superheroes, last seen together in the final moments of Avengers Endgame, standing next to Wanda. These are Sam Wilson, also known as the Falcon, which is played by Anthony Mackie, and Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, played by Sebastian Stan, which The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a cinematic experience. It's a Marvel Studios movie played out over 6 episodes. Now, to another hero we last saw in Avengers Endgame. Black Widow, also known as Natasha Romanoff, will return to the big screen in May 2021. Fans have been patient, and the MCU says, I can't tell you just how ready we are for this Avenger to finally have her own standalone film. And speaking of fan-favorite characters, Loki, the god of mischief, will step out of his brother's shadow and into his own series. This will star on Disney Plus in May of this year. Tom Hiddleston returns as Loki and is joined by this in the series by Owen Wilson and other actors. Hawkeye will also be launching on Disney Plus late in 2021. In this series, Hawkeye teams up with another well-known archer from the Marvel Comics, Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop will be playing the amazing Haley Steinfeld, rounding out that cast. Another debuting movie for the first time in the MCU was She-Hulk. It's coming to Disney Plus as a series, and it's about a woman trying to navigate the world and be taken seriously as a working professional. despite the fact that she's well over 6'7" and green. I can also announce that Tim Roth is returning as the Abomination, a character we first introduced in the MCU. So, let's recap. We have WandaVision, which is a series starring Wanda Maximoff and the Vision, where they live supposed suburban lives, but obviously the date this was recorded, episode 8 has already come out, so we already know some of the plot twists happening there. We know that Black Widow, also known as Natasha Romanoff, will get her own movie, her own origin movie, and this will definitely reveal many secrets about Black Widow's former life, as we know she's not the most revealing person. We also see Mark Ruffalo and other actors coming into the She-Hulk series. We also see series like Hawkeye, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We see movies like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's an ongoing process that will not stop. That will not stop until 2024. If there is a Stage 5, what will Stage 4 set the stage for in Stage 5? Basically, to sum up what I just said, Phase 4 will see origin movies, second movies like Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3, but it will also see series that answer some of the questions posed in Phase 2 and even Phase 3. Phase 4 will also see completely new series, such as Hawkeye. We never thought we would see a standalone series starring Clint, also known as Hawkeye, where we also see Haley Steinfeld playing another skilled archer. But what will the events lead to if there is a Stage 5? Ever since the beginning of Stage 3, or even some parts in Stage 2, we saw that Thanos was the main villain, and we even saw in Infinity War and Endgame how Thanos was the main rival, how he was the one that everyone was thinking of. Now that Thanos has been snapped or blipped out of existence, what will the MCU bring to the stage this time? What will the villain be? As WandaVision releases more episodes, fans and film theorists start to predict that Mephisto, which is basically the devil of the MCU, will star in the last episode of WandaVision, which will then tie into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and it will also tie into Spider-Man 3. What will become of Wanda and Vision? What will become of Black Widow? What will become of the MCU? And, as some people suggest, will the MCU merge with the X-Men franchise? Who can tell? But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for this evening. So, we say goodbye to another episode, but releasing tomorrow, we shall see another one. Join me then. Thank you for listening to this podcast where we looked at MCU Phase 4. I'm Alistair Ross, and goodbye.